Hey guys, I hope everybody's well. I was shuffling our cards and this Five of Wands came out, and before I started the reading it was 555. It's currently shortly after 6. So fives are really relevant as it relates to this reading. I would say this Five of Wands energy, I feel like, maybe someone or a group thought it was all fun and games and maybe jumped on the bandwagon because it was like something to do or they enjoyed it, whatever it was. Okay, this is like some sort of group here that thought it'd be funny to see you deal with like obstacles, challenges. I feel like it was a bit of like group bullying, maybe even a gang stalking effort, maybe cyber stalking, trolling. There's a bit of like manipulation here. I feel like it was a grand effort, okay? And it's been going on for a while. Like five's a good amount of time here. 5 people could have been involved. This could be going on for several years. Yeah, I'm getting like there's trouble here, right? I feel like they find themselves in trouble, or there's this like impeding trouble, right? All right. Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of like, again, the traditional meaning, like a bit of chaos, a bit of also like excessive spirit of protection too. So maybe they figured it was all fun and games until they realized that you have an excessive amount of spirit protection. This could be playing out for them right now. Like things could be really going awry, like 555 energy, okay? 5s represent like trouble, instability, and unpredictability, all right? All right, so before we go any further, we're going to ask our angels, our saints, our ancestors, and guides into our space, provide us love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white. So it is, and so it will be. All right, first card out, 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords. So there could be some sort of like thinking about things, right? Maybe someone's removed, right? Maybe someone's been removed from a family dynamic. Maybe they're having to do that. I feel like they could be going in for some information here. I have the Chariot. So there's movement here. I have the Page of Swords in reverse. All right. Maybe someone's wanting to come towards you. Could be from this group. Maybe they want to tell you something, but I feel like this is also like a bit of, I don't know, maybe a bit of blockage here with the Page of Swords in the reverse. Maybe they're wanting to tell you some sort of lie. Someone may want to rush towards you before this group does because they don't want a secret to come out, or they want to tell you about a secret. Something about like something like negative. It's almost like what this group did behind the scenes might be coming to light. What is this? Can you give me more information on this? Okay. So Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, we have a Page of Cups. Someone, oh, I'm getting like this could be, is this a party? It's like someone's like leaving and moving in a new direction, like quickly though. But then I feel like they're like against time. It's like a race against time, right? And I'm like, this Page of Cups energy, What is this? Page of Wands, Four of Swords. That's a lot of page energy, a lot of immature energy, okay? Like they're on the playground at recess, you know? So I feel like people are talking a lot about what this group did, okay? I feel like maybe there's something that they're trying, I feel like someone's trying to keep this hidden, right? Like maybe this Four of Swords is like, ooh, I don't want to think about what I did. I don't want to think about what we did. But it's like, there might have been influence here. There may have been like a lot of masculine energy in this. I have a Page of Swords in the reverse. So it's kind of like someone's not willing to hold on to the information anymore, right? And they almost want to like hurt somebody with it, with the page in reverse. And then I have a Page of Cups. So this is someone who could be a water sign energy, or just someone who's like immature or younger, right? And then I have a Page of Wands here, okay? And then I have a Four of Swords. 1, 2, 3 masculine energies, okay? Being represented, at least on these cards. Maybe not the meanings of things, but pages are messengers, okay? So I feel like there could have been something that was done here. Maybe someone's unwell. Maybe it's from these interactions here. Maybe there's information coming out, okay? I'm getting like whatever it is, it's fast movement. Maybe there's gossip about the information coming out, the secret, what someone might have been doing here. Queen of Swords, someone is speaking the truth. All right, we have like messenger energy here, right? Yeah, okay, so we have like the Tower, we have the Five of Swords. Yeah, 555, right? When I started this reading, and I'm getting like, things are like coming full circle here to the point of like a drastic ending. Okay, so there could be like some sort of like falling from grace. Almost like all the lies someone told are now being like cleared up. I feel like there's clarity with this. There's truth with this. There's honesty, integrity. There's some sort of like spoken word. Maybe people are doing their own research. They're looking their own things up as far as like what really they may have gotten involved in that they didn't really understand. Maybe they took someone's word, but it was a lie. So maybe this group believed maybe what this person said, but it was a lie. I feel like they maybe tell stories while they're drinking, partying. I feel like someone's really immature. And there's something that they've been hiding. Six of Wands. It's like they didn't want you to see, they didn't want people to see you in your true light, right? It's almost like also wanting to win, right? Someone wanting to be seen as like the victor, the hero. And yeah, look, Queen of Pentacles. Someone wanted to appear more than what they were. Look, Four of Cups. Someone's definitely in their thoughts thinking about this Queen of Pentacles. Red hair could be significant, creative, grounded, stable, secure, very spiritual. I'm getting like, yeah, I'm getting like Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, like someone who beats to their own drum, very independent. I feel there might have been a bit of insecurity here. Maybe this energy had some sort of effect on how this unfolded here. What's this Queen of Pentacles? Queen of Cups. So we have water sign, earth sign, and we did see air. All right, so this could be someone who's really in their empathic energy, someone who's very feeling, very psychic, someone who's like humanitarian. It's like someone who can really hold it down is what I'm getting. Someone who's respectable, honored, very resourceful, can make something out of nothing. Okay, very like loving, caring, kind with the Queen of Cups, like high consciousness with all this water. Okay, someone's heartbroken. I feel like they betrayed themselves going towards a union here that might not have been what they thought it was. So we'll let the story unfold. The Empress. There could have been a group of girls here that were envious and jealous of you, so they thought they could kind of like run amok here. Yeah, justice is playing out. Getting like there could have been someone who made an agreement, okay, for yeah, it's almost like a bit of like I don't know, I'm getting like what's going on behind the scenes here. I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes here. We have justice here. We have the Ace of Swords here. Three of Wands. Let's get a bit of like, let's ask some questions. All right, so this Five of Wands, is this like a community? Okay. Can you give me a card clarifying the community? What do we need to know about the community? Are they wanting to speak the truth? Yes. So someone wants to come forward and speak the truth. Okay. And we have the Five of Swords coming out. Okay. So that's clarifying the Five of Wands. All right. There was a lot done from the energy of like betrayal, deception, like a lot of like fears manifested here, right? It's almost like this group, you know, attacked, okay, over and over and over again, okay? So someone may want to bring truth to this. All right, we have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Someone could be in their feelings and emotions and may want to apologize and speak the truth about how they were involved in this situation, okay? All right. A King of Wands, they could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag, even. Sorry, I gotta plug myself in. Plug myself in. In the what is happening. All right. So what do they, can you give me a card to kind of like, the Chariot, the Page of Swords, Page of Cups. All right. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, something is like, ooh, I feel like the nail is in the coffin. Someone could be like dealing with an ending here. We have the Magician here, clarifying the Page of Swords in the reverse. We have the King of Swords looking over this entire situation, right? This is like, this could be, I'm getting like there's a group here, a community of some kind that likes to spellcast, likes to shoot like shots fired energy, right? Like they want to say what they want to say. They gossip, and this is how they like do like chaos magic, right? Okay, this is how they think that, you know, they can manipulate, control, right? And it's about the narrative, right? Spin the narrative, create magic here. I feel like nothing's stuck, Okay, it's like they may have, you know, shot all of these things, but none of them hit, right? I feel like they're having to run away from their own magic, but I'm getting like these will hit. Okay, so they could be trying to run away from the inevitable here. Okay, and so they want to come and like disturb your peace because they think that like that's somehow going to create what they're looking to create, right? And then this King of Swords, Page of Cups. This could be like this narcissist energy is kind of what I'm getting here, right? Someone wants to spin the story. I'm getting like someone wants to get to you before someone else, right? Because they don't want them to tell them. It's like maybe they threaten to tell on them. I'm getting, All right, so what's with the page energies? What's this Page of Wands? And this Four of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. So they took action because they thought what they were doing was going to bring them some sort of new beginning, some sort of income, some sort of like blessing. It's almost like, look at Six of Cups, Ten of Cups, King of Wands. Somebody didn't want you to have a new beginning with somebody new. And so they waged war. And now they don't want war. They could be feeling the pinch of waging war on you at this time. Look at, if they shoot, they better not miss. Okay. Right. This Empress is protected. All right. There is this block here. There's this not having access to. Someone could be remembering to like what it was like in this family dynamic. And I'm getting like this person may have said that like they were a soulmate, a twin flame, in order to lure this person away from a family dynamic, okay? One that was like grounded, stable, and secure. There's like this Jezebel energy that might have come in and like did a little work here, water sign energy, to redirect the masculine. Flip it, switch it if the roles need to reverse. Yeah. I'm seeing like cups, a lot of cups. So I'm getting like there could have been like while you're with this person, this could have been a friend on the side, this could have been a coworker. I'm getting they could have similar zodiacs, like I'm getting water signs, a lot of water energy. And so they may have like been emotional manipulators, right? And they may have attracted one another, okay, in this dynamic. And let's see, I feel like they colluded and they involved others to also collude. And now there's impacts playing out in their lives, and this karma is coming in fast. All right. Or there could be like movement towards you, okay? Something's come to an end, right? Someone's like abusive ways have come to an end. Okay, we have justice here. Someone could be behind some sort of bars, right? I feel like your just cause is worth it and righteous, and you're willing to stand up and do what's right, regardless if other people agree or not. I feel like there might have been like a belief system here that like someone might have been persecuted for, or there's some sort of like mind manipulation and control being done here. All right. To affect somebody's intuition, somebody's clarity, somebody's ability to speak, share, talk, right? So there could be a masculine and feminine Cancer signs here is what I'm getting. I'm seeing the shell. So it kind of like speaks to Cancer, like the crab. Huh. And then I have more shells here with like the oysters or whatever. Someone thought that they hit the jackpot, right? I feel like there was this whole like manipulation here. And I'm getting like this was part of the plan. Like they may have like worked with others to trap somebody. This could be the feminine or the masculine. Their intention was to take them out, specifically from them being in their purpose, on their mission, right? The Chariot in alignment, right? Feminine, masculine, balanced energy. The Chariot, right? Yeah, I feel like someone's path here has been like derailed, all right? And that was the intention here, right? Was to get somebody off course. All right. And I'm also getting there could be some like addiction here that someone's feeding as a result of this. I feel like this is something maybe the two of them did together with the cups. It could be like heavy drinkers here. There could be like, there might have been a family dynamic that they left and chose and took action towards something else. All right, I do have the Four of Swords. So there could have been like something here in the mindset that may have contributed to someone taking this kind of action. Maybe they didn't really get the truth, all right? There was a bit of like manipulation here, stories told. I'm getting like fantasy. Okay, I'm getting a bit of like maybe not having a connection with God. Like usually I see the Four of Swords and I think of like healing, and I'm thinking like there's healing needed in this situation, and someone very could have been like, instead of healing, they let their ego take control. And I'm getting like, instead of doing the work needed to be part of this dynamic, they chose something that was more fun and party style. I'm getting party lifestyle. Meanwhile, you know, you protect your energy. Okay, I feel like they very well could be dealing with legal issues, or balance is being restored in the sense of divine justice. There is this energy here feeling like, oof, I'm not sure that everything that's been going on was really worth the effort, right? There's a lot of like emotions, and then there's a lot of clarity and truth playing out here, right? I feel like someone's being seen for, you know, the one who was juggling. And I feel like whatever story they told is a lie, and everything is coming to the light as to what's truth and what's not truth, right? They may be evaluating on whether there's relationships worth saving, or do they need to be abandoned completely. This energy very well could feel a bit lost, okay? So sometimes, you know, we have to look up, right? And see that there could be a bright side to something, right? And I'm getting like, hopefully that's the case here. Hopefully there's something on the other side of this that is going to lead them to like a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of, it's almost like let God show you the way. It's like a bit of surrendering energy. Maybe there's an opportunity here to surrender. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then we have, yeah, look at, we have the Hermit, right? This is about surrender. This is about connection. This is about finding peace within, okay? And maybe someone's getting extreme clarity about who this energy truly is and what they're all about and what they prioritize in life, okay? Let's see, okay? I feel like the truth and clarity about someone who, you know, is meant to be in the limelight. I'm getting with the Nine of Cups, like, you are all that in a bag of chips. I feel like, you know, people are going to love you, and you are going to attract those who are going to support you. I feel like you connect with those you're meant to help, and in whatever way that is, I feel like this is, you know, your hopes and dreams coming true here. And I feel like your hopes and dreams and you being in this like loving, caring, vibrant energy is divinely protected, right? I feel like they tried to prevent from you being seen in this light, right? And this is your authentic self. And so I feel like they tried to hide this, prevent this from being, and you being seen and heard. I have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I have the Star card after that. And then I have a Queen of Wands. All right. I feel like you are going to have the support. I feel like you're here to fulfill your destiny, and everything that you've experienced on this path was specifically aligned for you. I feel like you've learned the major lessons in life, and as a result, like, it's contributing to something that you're going to leave behind to help other people, right? There's a legacy, a destiny playing out here. And I feel like you're just about to head in that direction. So this is about, like, you know, getting ready for this transition here. I'm getting like you stand up for what you feel is right. You're fine with going on a path by yourself. You know, you're never alone, and you're inspired, you're activated, and you're healing. And this is going to contribute to humanity in some way, okay? You might have like someone to support you. You know, this could be you accumulating, you know, generational wealth. And what you're doing is helping to heal generational patterns, whether it's within you or maybe helping others to see it for themselves in some sort of like way of activation. There's something that you do. You plant seeds in people so that they can recognize that they are this opal. Pearl. Opals might be significant. Read up on what an opal means. It's very spiritually significant, but nonetheless, both unique, both beautiful, both cultivated, both magical. I feel like what you're doing is helping others see that they are lovable, they're unique, and for them to embrace their uniqueness and their life experiences, because they're specifically aligned for them and on their soul's path. And so maybe there's a bit of like helping others along the way, okay, with whatever God-given gifts you have. And I feel like that's your destiny, and they can't take it, they can't have it, and they can't stop it, okay, from happening. Right? I feel like they woulda, coulda, woulda, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Right, this Hanged Man energy, the moon, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like this speaks to a time frame here. I feel like, you know, from now until the new moon, I feel like things will be revealed, and there will be some sort of consequence here, right? I feel like you're meant to go within for the guidance and take pause, okay? Things are being revealed as they're meant to. Let things play out naturally, like the moon, like the cycles of the moon. Let things play out naturally. Knowing that whatever plays out in the shadow, right, eventually surfaces, okay, to be realized, okay? And that very well could be a catalyst for someone to make changes in their life. I feel like they have a free will choice, right? This might be something that you speak about, okay? Queen of Swords. All right, you might teach this, you may do this yourself. You're the walking, you very much could be the walking example here of God's truth, right? So this could be like you know, receiving downloads, being a messenger of some kind. All right, let's see what else we get. Is there anything else you want to share regarding this? I'm gonna use a different deck. This one. All right. Yeah. Look at God's wrath and judgment, and then angel numbers, synchronicities, triple numbers, signs. Signs everywhere. Signs. Who sings that? I got the energy of pray more, okay? Like it's your job. And then your soulmate, their twin flame is on the way. Of course they're going to want to distract that. They're going to try to do whatever it takes to distract that from coming in. Listen, you know their game and you're so above it, you don't care. Like, let them try, right? Right? They've already, like, you know, done the most. We forgive them. That was Archangel Michael saying hello. Hello. Hello again. Take a spiritual bath and cleanse your energy. Yes, they were deceptive. They betrayed you and they are a liar. Their mask could be falling off, okay, as we speak. This would be an energy of wearing a mask. Okay. I feel like they betrayed their own friend group, okay? Or the friend group betrayed them, right? I feel like it was a circus. It's like pulling the strings here. Someone could be dealing with health issues, spiritual sickness. I feel like your soulmate twin flame is on the way. All right, we have someone is sleeping with the enemy. You or them. Them and someone else. Whatever that triangle is. There's like a triangle going on. All right, I feel like there's someone who's spying, someone who's trolling, someone who lacks integrity, okay? They're a stalker, and it's clarifying this King of Wands. Someone who acts from a place of passion, all right, doesn't think before they act. I feel like they're doing it from an unhealed place. Okay, they're heavily in their ego, and they're also a spiritual hater, okay? So the last thing they want is for you to move forward on your ascension path, okay? I feel like, yeah, this is that Jezebel energy trying to break up a family dynamic to affect someone's ability to ascend. And then I have Black Sheep Outcast for the Six of Cups and this Queen of Cups. Someone now feels rejected and a black sheep. Okay? Or they made you feel that way, depending on how this reading plays out. Redirect your thoughts to positive thinking. Okay, this is you not aligning with what you could be picking up on. Like the Two of Swords can also be like communication, your clear cognizance. Then I have the Empress, right? Like attuning to a higher vibration and having the thoughts transition from low vibration to high vibration. Okay, so this is like using your mental strength. Even though the Two of Swords is usually confusion, I feel like it's you know, you discerning what's for you, what isn't for you. I feel like there's energy here that, you know, did things from an immoral, lacked integrity kind of position, okay? Maybe someone had some sort of like passion exchanges for money, okay? They thought this was going to bring in a lot of abundance, stability, security, and blessings. I'm getting that's not the case. Okay, yeah, I feel like what is the case though is that this is rightfully yours, this abundance. This goes with this like 10 of Pentacles, the success, abundance, and stability. I feel like there is this spiritual awakening planning out, an ascension, and then I have God's wrath, okay, and judgment playing out. So you may have been like hidden in plain sight to see how people would treat you, and maybe they're experiencing the results of that. Because I feel like the cups could represent like the different relationships you had with these individuals, and how this all panned out. Okay, I'm getting like this can represent a bit of like the collective that could be seeing you in a different light than maybe how this person, this group portrayed you originally. And so they believed the lies, they took the action, and they never asked any questions. They may have never even reached out for the truth. And I feel like God saw all that was needed to be seen, and as a result, things are being dealt with accordingly, is what I'm getting. Accordingly. Anything else? Yeah, I feel like someone or this group, this 5 of Wands and 5 of Swords, you know, they're heavily in their addictions. It could be related to money, feeding the addictions, vice versa. There's sex, gambling, alcohol. I was picking up on the drinking. And then there's drugs here. I have death rituals, okay? Praying for your death. So that's not going to go over well. Okay? And then I have someone's a gold digger. They're being seen for who they truly are. All right. Someone is doing something that for money that is possibly getting them sick, right? Either with STDs or spiritual sickness. It could have something to do with the death rituals returning back to sender, therefore infecting them with their negative intentions. And many of you could be traveling or taking a break, or, you know, maybe this is like a fantasy land playing out over here, but I feel like your fantasies are not the same fantasies as these people. All right. So it's almost like this energy comes in and breaks up families, makes them feel good about themselves. It's almost like because their family growing up was broken up, maybe by a third party or someone who stepped out of the dynamic. There's something here that is like wanting to wreck a home, wanting to be like known as if like that's something that it's almost like instead of doing the work, they want to take it for themselves. And so they create this like manipulation tactic. Like there's this whole like people like pulling the strings of people, manipulating people, scheming people, being like a con artist. All right, getting like this group, like they're not what they seem, and they're heavily surrounded in this energy here. All right. Yeah, they're dealing with legal issues here. All right. And then they have unhealed childhood trauma. Okay. So there's like, they're just feeding this. They're feeding whatever beast this is. Look at this. You know, they're feeding that. Right? They're in this 3D ego cycle playing out here. You know, it's hopefully this is a catalyst for change for them, right? Hopefully they can see things more clearly than maybe how they've seen them. Yeah, I feel like this is like a spiritual battle here. Manifest the life you desire. You are an earth angel and you're having a special mission. And you're here to create a new reality. And that's what you're focused on. And they're creating their own reality by being in this energy. And that is a them problem, not a you problem. So, yeah. I feel like you're focused on the opportunities and challenges and taking risks on new experiences. I feel like you're over the rainbow. Rainbows are very significant. You may see them quite a bit, especially a double rainbow. So this could be like something that's going to take you somewhere where maybe you would consider like a magical place, or something really like something you've always dreamed about. I feel like this is like a sign. Okay, and then I have confirmation, karmic third party. I have that they got involved in something fraudulent, illegal. All right, and there's divine justice playing out here. All right, yeah, justice a couple times, and yeah, they're red flagged friends. They're toxic friends. right? They could be having like all kinds of like inconveniences in life playing out, like car issues, like having to do repairs, home, house, you know, just like things going to shit, right? I feel like this toxic friend group, you know, they're being put in their place, all right? Divine protection, Archangel Michael is helping you, right? I feel like they want you to focus on what you're here to do, and that is to creating from a place of happiness, joy, and emotional fulfillment. Not only earth angel energy here, but light worker, healer, empath energy as well. Okay, so believing in miracles, and a miracle will soon happen. Okay, confirmation of that. To infinity and beyond. It's like you're the representative here, having the earthly experience. And you're here to hold the vibration of miracles and create them. Like you have that capacity to create from a place of love, joy, and happiness. Okay, and that is a much higher vibration than any kind of like bullshit that this is. Okay, so keep remembering why you're here, right? Like this is what it's all about. Okay, continue to be on this vibration. Okay, this is, you know, you knowing energy and knowing how energy works, and you're responsible for your own energy. There are laws in this universe, okay, specifically related to energy. And so if you're kind of tuning into this now and you're trying to figure out like, what does this all mean? It's about energy exchange. It's about the laws of the universe. It's about do unto others as you would do unto yourself, right? It's about having standards, being accountable for what you create here. It's about being a conscious creator, right? Like your thoughts create your reality, right? So there's a bit of like, they created a hot mess. They literally created a hot mess, and they want to blame you for it because it didn't go out. It didn't go the way they planned. So it's your fault. No, they just created it from, you know, a really dark place. And so that is returning back to them because that's the energy that they hold. All right. 5 + 5 is 10. What they wanted for you is returning to them tenfold. Okay. So 555, right? And we're getting that number when we're beginning. I would say that, you know, yeah, this is on its way. Okay. Yep. And, you know, we've got a lot of like legal issues playing out here too. So, you know, they could be dealing with like a divorce or breakup or having to separate assets, or I don't know. There's something about, I'm seeing the 5 of Pentacles, like somebody may have been depending on someone else for a home, a place to live, all of that. Like maybe somebody was paying for that kind of stuff, and now this person doesn't have that anymore. So there could be a 5 of Pentacles energy playing out here. Yeah. All right. That be the tea, yo. Keep minding your peace. Mind your peace. You're divinely protected. Like, focus on what you're being guided to focus on, all right? Head down, right? Keeping your head down and focusing on your lane, okay? Because what you're creating and working on, you know, it has such amazing growth with it. So that's beautiful. All right, you guys, I love you. I'll see you soon. And take care. And I'll see you on the next reading. Thanks for watching.